towards that B area more so than the A site. But we'll have to see how it plays out. A pistol round does look like they're favoring A, but that is a tighter site, easier to penetrate. But now I can never unsee Cash, by the way. So thank you.
Sorry, man.
Thank you.
Blame Don Hassey for that one. And this is what I'm talking about, right? You can get a lot of early aggression right away from Catwalk into B connector. That's why Sabrosa playing as the Brimstone is going to smoke it out first. So they are playing the defender side to start things off for TSM. It is composed of Drone, Wardell, Hayes, Cutler, and Sabrosa. While for Immortals, we have Asuna, Gangsta, Cola, Lulu, and JC Stanny. What a spot here. This is going to be huge. He's going to spot all of them right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God. Looking for the ace right now, and it's about to be peeked out here. Silva arrow to come out, and he's going to win this fight. And he does with another headshot. That is what? 7 bullets used? And look at Drone. Yeah, Drone says we're not worthy, and that's how you start this off.
Yo.
Oh my God, this is sick.
That was beautiful. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful. Wow, beautiful. So,
I mean, you can't say more. He just wrecked them.
What happened there? Sabrosa snuck under them and then peeked and one-shotted all 4 of them. No, but that was just a great play from him. I mean, even in those situations, sometimes you'll see people miss the opportunities, and that's not what happens there. Sabrosa capitalizes on it and gets those kills.
They found my wire.
Watch the chat start talking about Sabrosa again as when he first came out as a CS player. He's cheating. Nonetheless, though, Wardell as Silva actually with the Marshall getting 2 kills, running through the smoke, headshot onto Kohler, and a 4th one onto Gangsta. Easily defends the A bomb side right now. I mean, a garbage round right for the attackers as well. The attackers, mind you, who are using Arena into their lineup as well, and that is going to be used by Asuna. So we're going to see a good round coming in for the attackers, but no upgrades for the defenders because they didn't really have a chance to lose any players from 2 rounds.
See what happens here on the...
So good. I'm so hyped, man. I'm already so hyped.
That was just a great play from Sabrosa.
All right, so we do have a couple of smokes on this mid side, so 3 brim smokes being tossed down. And then we're trying to take this mid control here for the attackers. So Immortals moving very close to the fountain. Gangsta looking for a Silva arrow to try to get, or Recon arrow, sorry, to try to get some information towards the defender side. As I think they might have spotted Drone, but Drone fell all the way back inside defender spawn. So they do have a great crossfire set up here on this B side. So they give up mid, and they're going for some very aggression on Catwalk. They're basically trying to do pistol. This time without getting backstabbed, and it starts off well. So Revenge there onto Sabrosa to fall. They break the door, and they also take down Hayes, and they open up the A-bomb side. But a big fragger is coming up here, and that is in the shape of Drone. Drone is getting wallbanged and also flanked by Kohler, and that should be an easy round coming in now for the Immortals with this spike plant. With the last 2 players, I think at this point, we'll fall back to try to save their guns.
Yeah, that was a massive entry coming in from Bior there. Able to open up that or that middle area there just on that connector towards the A site. And that's what really allows him to take it. Hayes then gets caught out. You see him put up the ice wall, but there's already 2 or 3 people peeking onto him. And Immortals is going to get a very, very confident first round on the board.
Definitely, and they needed to assert that dominance early in the round. Wardell looking to save his Marshall. I'm surprised enough they're actually trying to hunt him down, because they invested a lot of money versus no upgrades here on the defenders. And there you go. They decide to say, no, we're going to fall back here all the way towards spawn. So everybody's going to keep their weapons, the Marshall and the Phantom from JC Stanny and company. And now it's going to be that first point, as we mentioned before. So that gun run's going to come across. We're dropping the Marshall down, an operator in the hands of Wardell, and we know how dangerous that could be right now from Twitch Rivals, from other events that we've casted, this TSM lineup. I'm hyping them a lot, man. I want to see them maybe supposedly get knocked down from their throne. Is it going to be Immortals?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'd like to see it.
Just by the way that round was played, right? You saw the explosiveness of the Immortals team, right? And we got to see if TSM can put a halt to that, because if we see a couple more rounds with this explosive Immortals side, that's what's going to really cost TSM the match. They need to put a stop to them.
Yep.
Oh, and look at that, actually. Asuna going down. That is a massive kill. That's the Reyna now. That's somebody that you want fragging out. Is Kohler
Wow,
Opens
nice.
it up onto Wardell. Explosiveness once again.
Okay, Cutler falls down as well. So at first trade, it was a double peek towards his B side. The first one to fall, but then it's just a one-man team, a one-man show to open up the A bomb site. But they still have 3 players alive for TSM, and they're very close on a rotation. So that spike is ticking down, and Drone is looking to flank. They're going to break that wall open as well. Oh, I love that. So they break the sliding door. They put up a sage wall right after. They're wasting all the bullets, wasting some time, and they have great positioning under Hell as well at the A site. But this Brimstone ultimate is not going to connect onto the Cypher. Just a little bit more to the left, probably could have connected here. So the Cypher is in a great spot. So Hayes opens up with the first kill onto JC Stan. It's traded off. That clock is still ticking down. They're still trying to see where that crossfire is set up, and it's Kohler at A main, and now here Lulu looking for that last player. It's going to be Sabrosa. Does connect with the off shot, but Gangsta comes out with a kill. And it's now tied up 2-2. Can they save their guns? And they cannot.
Oh, that's actually pretty good for the TSM side. They didn't win the round, but they made them rebuy, right?
Yep.
So if we do see a save... Oh, okay, so we are going to see a save come out from TSM, but again, we're talking about that explosiveness out of the Immortals side, and that's something that young guns have, right? It's when you get that first entry, you roll with that momentum. When that crosshair is on the head, it moves to the next head, and it just keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. And the only way to really stop it is to frag against it right up front. If you aren't going to be able to do that, you're just going to see them continue on this.
So now you see TSM on a save. Shock arrows coming in on the attacker side first. That's going to force the defender back. So they do have tripwires all over the map right now for the Cypher. And one to watch the flank. So you could see from that tripwire that's placed on the attackers is that they're not really going to aggress from the A main. They really just want to focus on mid control every single time so far from the rounds that we've seen for Immortals. Spike is moving forward as well. Hayes is trying to hold back his side inside B, and he's holding that solo. This is going to have to come up huge, and he does. The first headshot onto JC Stanley. The Cypher falls. Close range. Reyna, a second one headshot onto Asuna, but cannot connect fast enough into Burlulu, who moves now inside the site, and they will get the spike plant. But at least damage done from Hayes did his part inside B, but they lost the res, they lost the heal. They get a res back on the attackers, who should get this kill, and even that's 2 kills from Drone, but an orbital strike from Kohler. That's 2 kills on his own, and just like that, it's a 1 versus 2. But on the defender side, Gangster, last man standing, has a Phantom in hand. He's being spotted from a spy cam as well, and then he's getting it wallbang, but does get the first headshot onto Kohler. Now spots the last one, gets the headbang headshot onto Sabrosa as well, and that should have not come down to it, but at least he does get that clutch, and Immortals take the lead.
Yeah, what a close round there, but Gangsta, some phenomenal shooting there. Even the recon bull, he doesn't even think about pulling it out. He's like, you know what? Face me straight up. I'm going to take the aim battle. You can know where I am, but I'm confident I'm going to win that fight, and that's exactly what happens. Kohler, that's a great Brimstone ultimate, plus a kill before he went down to even give his team the opportunity to be in that round.
Bro, these rounds are intense. So it starts off here. We start earlier on. A set arrow being shot here. I think that was from Gangsta just to try to get some information from the spawn side into A. They even have an owl drone to look inside there as well. They spot him. He's pinging it towards that hell side. So this could be huge. They're gonna go for. They tried to go for a wall bang first, thinking that he was spammable, but Cutler is all the way in the back, so he's well covered, but position given away. So you see those Sage orbs coming down the ground as well, so he can't really make his way out. He needs the rotation to come soon. Finally, he does, but it's from the sliding door side, and Brimstone smokes all the way from the attacker side. JC Stanley opens it up, but it's traded off by Drone. Drone has been huge here before. Wow. 2 kills, fully flashes Kohler to retaliate back onto a headshot. So it's trade after trades, and Wardell is trying to come out, connects onto Gangsta. Spike is about to get planted, does so. Now we do have the Sova arrow shot out. Generator on the other side of his opponent connects onto Kohler. Now shock drones coming on. Shock arrows started coming on in the front of E main, and he's looking for the defuse, and he sees that from the dismiss. But at least I think he defused it halfway. Now jiggle peeking is gonna be that Reyna, and what a way to play that time. Wardell still trying to move forward, and that fight. That is so sick. Imagine if we actually did have Wardell as that jet, that 1 versus 1 would have been played totally differently. But I love how Asuna played that 1 versus 1.
Asuna jiggling, not committing, knowing that Wardell's got to play tight there. That was a great round. I mean, right now, Immortals is just playing, you know what? Everybody group up and everybody go together, and it's working out. And this is exactly what you want to see. I keep talking about the explosiveness of this team, and that's what you're seeing there is the 1-2 punch that's just moving them into the site. And what TSM is lacking right now is really somebody stopping that initial push at the front door.
Yep. Well, now we should see that drone and company are still going to be on another gun round. Phantom gang again for a majority of the players so far from the matches that we've casted today.
Come on, let's go.
Ultimate coming out here from a smoke to start things off so that drone could focus on the back in this mid control. But as he makes a lot of noise, Reyna's going to wait for him right now, and he knows that the action's probably happening towards this A side. Orbital strike to push back the defenders here from the sliding door. And they're falling back from this. So drone has to come up huge. He's now spotted. Flashbang to come out. Curveball. But he's looking to fall back instead because he heard the other footsteps coming in from the spawn side. But he's in a tight corner. He still has another curveball if he wanted to, but he's going to go for a flame wall first. Going to try to fall back, break the leer at the same time. Here's a flash, gets the first headshot, trying to go for a second, but it does not work. Sova, meanwhile, went for an ult from spawn side, so it clears up for the catwalk, but it's also clearing up for a big fight towards this A side. So you do have your Lulu moving up here.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. That initial hold that you want, right? You saw them now hold Immortals, and now Immortals is looking for what they can find, and it's going to be Subrosa picking up too. And now it's finally on to Gangsta now. He's hanging out towards that entrance of the A side. He's moved in, clearing out. And you know what? Sub-Rose is able to take it out as Hayes reses Cutler. But initially, you saw Immortals go for that same thing, Alex. That burst on the B bomb site. Or burst on the A bomb site, sorry. And what happened was that TSM was able to just put a halt on it. And as soon as TSM put a halt on that push, that's when Immortals started to kind of spread apart. They weren't grouped as well. You saw individual deaths. We saw an exchange go down towards that short A area. But other than that, it was very, very TSM-sided in the round.
We're going to see some early bloodbath here. Bloodshed, rather, towards B main. Subrosa walking across. He's going to keep pushing, actually. The confidence oozing from this young man. And unfortunately, he meets up with a lot of bullets right now. But Cutler goes for a triple kill. Finally gets stopped here by Asuna with the SMG. Wardell looking for the shark dart. Curveball coming across as well. And they nullify the leer from the Asuna leer from Reyna, sorry. As Asuna's still trying to move forward right now with the Phantom. They were about to get flanked before, but it's just going to be held down just for a bit. So Asuna's still trying to look for an opening here, Evan.
Yeah, Asuna should be able to pick up this first kill at least, I think. There you go. Able to take down Drone now. This is where Reyna shines. Able to pick up that first kill. Now goes into the overheal. Probably going to pick up a kill onto Hayes here as well. I don't really see Hayes winning this fight just from the angle. Actually, if he doesn't wide swing, he might be able to pick this one up.
He spots it, misses, unfortunately. That was a big miss. That was 2 taps that he could have had. And even on top of that, thank you, says Asuna. Going to go for that heal from the Devourer. Probably gets extra armor on top of that. Wardell is going to gamble to move inside B, or A, sorry, and that's exactly where it is. So he's going to get the first headshot. Cancels out here on a 1 versus 1. Spike has now been planted. We've been through this scenario before. Can Wardell actually redeem himself? He's looking at the wrong side. But the door is now closed, so they have to play by the generator. And it's a Silva versus Silva. Who's the better Silva right now? We'll soon find out. He does have a Hunter's Fury if he wants to, but he sees the cape. Oh, that goddamn cape. Gangsta gets spotted. Operator down. Diffuse coming in, and we're tied 4-4.
I was about to hop on the keys there and start playing the Jaws sound. Like, oh my goodness, that was intense. Wow. Great round out of Wardell. Great clutch out of him. But yeah, again, I mean, being in that situation, Hayes taking that one-on-one there. He was isolated. He looks for the info, misses his shot. He had the chance, missed the shot. And that's what's really costing TSM right now is the ability that they're getting the opportunities to get these kills, but they're not able to capitalize on them. Let's see if they're able to get this 5th on the board here.
So pretty standard brim smokes happening once again, but this time from the attackers, actually. So they smoke out towards the main entrance of mid and also for catwalk. You could see that they're probably going to try to lurk probably back towards that connector to execute inside B, but a tripwire is there. You do have the Cypher being played by Cutler inside B, holding it as well, with a crossfire from Drone as the Phoenix. And it's going to be a 5-man push inside there. This is going to be huge.
Watch Asuna right now, looking for the entries. Asuna's just this fragger, this powerhouse fragger. And this is exactly what it's going to be right now, is we're going to watch him most likely go for the entries.
Look at the amount of utilities being thrown. And a Cyber Cage at least to start things off. Drone playing on the high grounds. He gets 2 kills. Cutler in the back of the site. That's 3 kills for them. Even an orbital strike to slow things down, but at least they have the spike. Now Pure Lulu's trying to move forward. Cutler headshots him. And Gangsta, last man standing, 11 HP and a dream. Oh, what a wall bang! And tries to fight back.
Maybe there's a little bit of Caster's curse there. But what I will say on that is, I mean, what we saw from TSM was just a great stoppage, right? And that's what I'm talking about. You got to stop the explosiveness. Once you stop the explosiveness, it's very hard for a team that's young, that doesn't really, they haven't been through all the ringer of, every single play, things like that. They're going to have to recollect themselves. And stopping the explosion is exactly what TSM has done to find success. Now, if I'm on the Immortals side, I want to fake the explosion at this point. I want to start burning utility out of them. Make them think we're going fast.
And we see this a lot here from Drone, and I've seen it in past competitions as well. He likes to go as a Phoenix ult early in a round. Doesn't really matter if he doesn't get kills. He really uses his run it back as a way to recon and look for opponents. But so far, he's only found Asuna, but at least he gets the kill out of that one. The rest on pistols on this attacker side of Immortals are trying to move back towards A. They break the walls. Hayes even boosted himself in a great position, and they don't have Leers this time. They don't have any flash, actually, because they're counting all flashes onto Asuna. Asuna dies. They don't have a breach. They don't have curveballs from Phoenix either. So this is just going to have to be in the contact play.
I feel like Subrosa could have fallen back there. He got a little bit greedy for those eco kills. He definitely.
Oh. And that's one thing as well. When you're playing Valorant too, it's not about, you shouldn't chase eco kills when you know there's a possibility you lose the fights, because you're giving opportunities for orbs to be built up for their ultimates.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's just even then, like, ecos in this game are actually winnable, like very winnable.
Just here's an example. Here's a Sheriff shot from your Lulu, but then Hayes finally connects with 2 kills with the Vandal.
Yeah,
trying to do a 1-up here for the Vandal gang.
Oh, they're gonna miss that operator. What's the money looking like on their side to actually?
They're rich, man.
Oh yeah, they got the money. Still, it's always nice to pick up an operator rather than buy one, right?
Yeah. So 2 operators set up here for TSM. They've done it before. Subrosa being the secondary operator for the team, who usually plays towards the catwalk side. But interesting enough, he's using the spawn that he has to go for an entry frag at the orb. So let's go over there towards the A side, because we might see that pick very soon.
Yeah, let's see how this one's going to play out.
Oh, it's a camera. Yeah,
cam comes down.
But it's not enough. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't in a position where they could spot Subrosa. So they put the camera up. JC Sandy walked through, and Subrosa got the op kill.
No, you're
now,
right.
Yeah. But at least they come out with the res. He's still in the same position, though. I'm actually surprised they went for a res there, but at least they managed to get the res. It's still a 5-on-5 situation. They do manage to capture the orb, which actually give Gangsta the Hunter's Fury on his end, as we saw it used before. Wardell up in from the spawn, taking down Kohler at the mid side. As we're still trying to assess towards mid for the attackers to eventually move towards B, I think.
Yeah, this is where it starts getting scary. Now you're seeing this split between them all. Bior now taking down Hayes towards middle, gives them a little bit of life. JC standing now regrouping with them. But you're seeing these individual fights, and they're just not going the way of Immortals now.
Bueller sees that Molly on the ground of that smoke. Finally, as it dissipates, he's going to try to walk across to pick it up. No, actually, sorry, the spike that just got picked down. He's just trying to go through it and try to see if he can surprise anybody. But now as it picks it up, he's on a 4 versus 1. Recon Owl, but he does recon drone arrow, as he still manages to get the kill onto drone, but traded off by Subrosa. 7-4 now. And they're starting to run away with here in the first half.
Yeah, we saw a lot of life out of the IMT side early on, but as we move into it, I mean, I'm still not giving up hope, Alex. I know.
I'm not saying it's over, dude. We've seen how intense these rounds could be and how good these players are.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I just think that right now it's kind of rough for them. TSM's figured out that, hey, look, generally at the start of the round, it's 5 of them grouped together. We can either aggress and take info early on certain parts of the maps, or we can just sit back and stop the initial burst that they're trying. And Immortals really has no answer to that counter.
Well, they know where that wall is coming from. They shoot it off, and they're breaking it early, actually, to catch Ace off guard. Hunter's Fury coming in from the attacker side. That's tagging for Sabrosa, but he stays alive. At least they get to move inside this A-bomb site. They're trying to get this spike down. Location revealed from a recon. JC said he plants it. The wall comes up. The wall is broken at the same time for the sliding door, though.
That was huge there. The Sova ulti from Gangsta, the Hunter's Fury clearing out that short A area, allowing them to really penetrate into that site. That was perfect.
So they do have a neural theft. The Empress just actually cooled down from their from Asuna, rather, playing as the Reyna.
Nobody watching.
And unfortunately, the only ultimate that they had has actually been caught down and killed early, and this retake is just falling apart. So it's going to be a round coming in for the Immortals, trying to save this operator just before trying to run away. Sabrosa gets headshotted, or should I say wallbanged by JC Stanny, and we end the half 7-5.
Yeah, not a bad half at all. I really enjoyed watching that. We saw some great play out of both sides. I think highlight to take away from that would have been probably Sabrosa's playing mid. Probably the best play we saw in that half. But nonetheless, a lot of individual skill, a lot of individual talent. But as we move back to that round, Gangsta's Hunter's Fury there, that was pretty much what we needed to see to have them get into that site without losing anybody, and that's what found them the round win. So great implementation of that ultimate there in that situation from Gangsta.
And so far as we've seen half being played of this map, this new map Ascent, what's your take on it so far here, Evan?
I'd like Ascent. I like any map that allows me to just straight up take an aim fight. That's my favorite type of CS, or favorite type of FPS. You know, I love taking the fights. I love saying, hey, who wants a straight-up duel? And this is what Ascent provides, and that's why I enjoy this map.
I got you, because you like to do that in CS, so it's nice to see it in Valorant as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I got you, bro. I got you.
Yeah, and I think Volcano likes to see it in Valorant as well, too. He's the one designing it.
Dude, like I'm saying, guys, look at this map right now. It does not look like cash anymore when you're actually in the eyes. But overhead, yes, it looks like it. But in the eyes, in the POV of players, it does not. But nonetheless, though, let's focus back on the action. Spike's about to get picked up. And we do have TSM looking to rush inside this B-bomb site with Sabrosa lurking towards his mid side. He's going to come head-to-head versus Asuna, who's playing towards this garage area. This entrance area is towards B. He does get picked off, but there's another one-side spawn. Can he win this one? He will. So that's 2 kills from Sabrosa. Your Lulu being stuck here on the ice, trying to shoot long range as they're dropping like flies, one by one. Only 2 more remaining on the defender side versus a flawless team on the attackers.
Yeah, that was a strong round coming up from TSM. Pretty much just the timing there towards the middle area. You saw Reyna turn around there just on the execute. And I do believe that Immortals had 2 people in that site. No, they only had 1 person in the site. So the they had 2 people in the B-bomb. So maybe just a little preemptive rotate there coming up from Reyna. I would have maybe held the double crossfire until I actually lost somebody in that site. But I mean, yeah, it was just a good round out of TSM. They really executed well together.
Yeah, well, it seemed flawless there for the way that they executed that B side, indeed.
But you know what I meant, right? Like when Tuna turning around there at the last second, we still kind of saw 2 people. We still saw those 2 people in the B bomb site holding it initially. So I just felt like there was a little bit more room to hold middle there.
Yeah, definitely. But I think they only had 1 playing towards the arches of the spawn side, right? And then 1 inside the B entrance at the garage. So I think not the garage, but the market side. So I think because he was afraid he was going to get pushed by mid side, he looked around. He wasn't sure with the brimstone if it was close or not to hold his ground. But nonetheless, though, it turns out to be the pistol round won by TSM, with the defenders running a snail trail. You hear them thunderfooting. Sabrosa looking for another highlight reel. And there you go. Tap, tap, tappity, tap. And that is going to be our 4K for Sabrosa. 9-5. And I mean, when you're running that loudly, it's just easy. When you're somebody like Sabrosa, who wears the freshest clothes and has the sickest and freshest and crispest aim I've never seen in my life.
Eats at the dopest restaurants.
Hangs out with the prettiest friends. I don't even know how that meme goes anymore.
But Dude, that was a great round. I mean, it was an eco round, but still crisp, clean out of Subroza, able to pick those kills up. But remember, folks, you don't always go for those eco kills because remember, previously he went for that on the other half, and he got hit because of it. So there's a time and a place, and it doesn't always work out. But there, it looked phenomenal from Subroza.
And that gives him 4 kills, 4 orbital ultimate orbs. So he already has an orbital strike ready in hand for this third round to try to open up a site to overtake one. And it seems as though the site of choice is going to be towards this A side. They have a split up on Catwalk with Drone making his way forward with Subroza as well. But they do have 2 players playing inside. So where is this orbital strike going to go? Probably towards the garden side. There you go. Here's a flashbang, and there. What a play. What a play. Kohler is fully blinded. Nothing he could do. And now they're assessing inside the site. Great job here by JC Standing to at least get 2 before he falls down. But they clear out the A bomb site, leaving only Bjorlulu, the last person standing. So playing as a sage, she's moving towards that garden. Doesn't have an ultimate up either. But it's just the smallest things. He gets the headshot at least to start off onto Subroza.
It's still doable.
Yep. Because the spike just only got planted now, and that wall and the door cannot come down because it's been broken, I think.
The wall is right side here too, Alex.
Nice. That's a 1 versus 1 now, and indeed, he could orbit up, and he's going to wall it up. He's going to spray it out right away, but the advantage at least is that the wall... Oh, okay. The advantage is that the spike is planted out in the open. Oh my god, Bjorlulu is looking for that. It's time for the Sova to go for the Jiggle Peek. The cape! No, I'm just kidding. Wardell does get the operator kill close range onto Bjorlulu and wins that 1 versus 1. What a play! What a play to play that silently too, because I don't know if he had a recon arrow, but he just went for 2 shock arrows just on the spot because he just knew exactly where it was. So it was going to be in his advantage.
Okay. This is where it starts looking rough. Now we need to see Immortals pick this round up, Alex. We need to see a strong round. It's an eco here, but even if kills, maybe save a weapon. Asuna, you can do it. There it is. Starting it off with a great.
That's a sick shot. Manages to take down the healer as well. He's going to be able to overheal on top of that from that Devour. Droll, meanwhile, does manage to drop Kohler. So that's on that mid side. So he has some mid control a bit. And is being met up by his teammates. JC Stanny connects with 1-2, cannot with the other 2. The trade comes across at least as Bjorlulu gets a kill with a stinger. But the mid side is still under control from TSM. 103 left on the clock. Subroza is on his lonesome inside this B side, but waiting for his teammates so they could clear out the back of the site just in case together.
Look at
Bjorlulu makes some noise though.
Yeah.
But so did his opponents. So he's in a great position. Oh no, it's given away. He goes for a dry peek, but Drone gets the 4K of the round. Nice drive-by by Gangsta, going for the sideways sheriff kill. And now the spike is planted on a 2 versus 1.
Location getting revealed here. Some damage coming in. This should be it. This should be it here. Oh yeah, he's got no idea about the reposition as well.
Gangsta about to peek out, and Wardell does get the kill. 11 of 5. Again, not too bad, though, at least to get 3 kills on this eco. The money's back in their favor.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see Immortals maybe get super aggressive here. Be explosive like you were on the attacking side, right? Try and get in their face. See what duel you can take. Unfortunately, it's kind of late in the half to be taking a risk like that, Alex.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that right now, it looks like the executions, the individual talent right now, or like the buddy system that TSM has going on is too much for Immortals to stop.
And a simplest example, was 2 rounds ago when we talked about it and we saw it. An orbital strike to a curveball to just clear out 1 player.
Exactly.
And that 1 player made such a big difference on overtaking the A side. So you could see that they don't mind using their ultimates to their advantage, even if it's just to get 1 kill. That being said, though, smokes towards his B bomb site. Self-boost from Bjorlulu, actually, to take down the spike carrier. Asuna runs out from his spawn on mid-side and does win the fight against Drone. Subroza, though, at the market, trades it out, but Kohler immediately retaliates.
Yeah,
so the spike is still down.
Going away.
Yeah.
We're going to see Cypher actually lurking towards middle. Kohler able to take down Wardell. Cypher on the lurk towards middle. And
I love that spot, though, from Sage.
Oh, up on the barrels right there.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. The self boost from Sage, so she could actually get at least half of her body covered by the wall and get a nice entry into the B main. So a nice round. Manages to let Bjorlulu get another kill there. And to stay alive. And not only that, they stay alive, and they also have 4 ultimates ready for this round here, Evan. So that could be a chance here to make it 11-7, should it be used right.
I can imagine we'll see probably Kohler and Bjork trying to do something together here. Or they're just going to save Kohler's ulti for a spike plant scenario and just give them some time to rotate into the site. So we'll just have to wait to see how it's applied going into this round. Nonetheless, though, 11-6 is our scoreline. Both these teams do have weapons. Let's see how this one plays out, Alex.
Well, it's going to be slow to start. Because a couple of smokes from Brimstone came towards his mid side as Drone is looking to get something. His crosshair is right there. And he spots the first one, but does not connect any bullets. Now it's going to be the time for Brimstone on their side to actually put a smoke down so they could actually make it back towards mid and maybe split towards A. They have a camera up on the attacker side to try to clear it out, but tripwires are all across the board for the defenders here. So it's JC standing, playing his usual spot right next to that door. And he's playing that solo because it's only Kohler that's playing on that garden side. So should they lose this, it's going to be the same type of strategy. He's going to get killed. He's going to orbital struck himself. He gets 2 kills out of that. Oh, sick. 10 HP to come in. A third kill headshot onto Cutler. That is what the fourth one. Wardell gets the wall bang with the operator and Hayes with the bulldog to try to clear things up and even things up on this A side. Hayes does manage to get the kill onto Asuna, who also ulted into her Empress. So we have a 2 versus 2. We do have an ultimate still up for Bjorlulu, that could still get a res. So there you go. Asuna comes back up. It's a 3 versus 2 now. The spike is sort of planted here for Wardell inside the main. Nice Lear. First one, missed. Gangsta gets the kill onto Hayes, but Hayes did manage to take down Asuna. Now it's a 2 versus 1. Oh my god, it's a 1 versus 1, and he has a Hunter's Fury. This is pretty much it. There's that Hunter's Fury out. Tag 1, tag 2, and he clutches it. 12-6 in favor of TSM. Match point.
I'm trying to... The person who was heaven there, who was that? Gangsta. After the wall came out from Sova?
Yeah.
Or, sorry, after the wall came out from Sage,
there
was no need for him to peek Kevin. That was the only angle that Wardell had, right?
And even on top of that, Wardell shot an op bullet, so they knew where Wardell was playing from.
So that was just a questionable decision. He gave away a free kill. In my opinion, Wardell was inevitably going to go for Hunter's Fury. And if they had both of them alive, that round would have been easily won.
And now we're going to have to try to claw it back here. 6 rounds needed for Immortals to at least bring this into sudden death overtime. So JC Stanley and company, they're buying whatever they can. So you have JC Stanley with the Phantom. You have Asuna with the Phantom as well. So they are pretty looking pretty okay with the buy, and a nice kill to start things off and a dismiss to fall back. Because they did spot that Brimstone at the same time, trying to spray across as well from a Sova drone arrow. Or Sova arrow. A recon arrow. Sorry, I was looking for my words. So at least Sabrosa is able to fall back on time. And there's that owl I was talking about, and he shoots it out, and Asuna gets the kill. So now it's a 5-on-3. They have a great advantage to bring this back here. Oh no, now they have a res and a kill on top of that. Hunter's Fury coming in for the defender's side, but does not connect so far. Unfortunately, no kills.
Yeah, but we are seeing a 4-on-4 now. In this situation, with 2 players moving up towards that short here, the smoke is about to go away, Alex. Be ready. First kill coming in from Kenny right now. Second kill coming in from Kohler here. And a third onto Hayes here. 2 from Kohler as Cutler does finally trade it out.
Spike is down, double peak, and Cutler falls. So 12-7, they stay alive into this one. They manage to keep an orbital strike into this round. Cypher does have a neural theft for Cutler on the attacker side. And the good news about this, too, is that because they won that round, we do have an Eagle coming in for the attackers. And Cutler actually buys a Marshal. I don't know if he's going to drop it for Wardell. No, even Wardell upgrades to a Sheriff.
Oh, you didn't see the Cutler clip the other day with the Marshal?
Nope.
Oh, man. I'm sure chat will fill you in real quick about.
Let me know, guys. Add Vansilli on Twitter.
Oh, nice. Yeah. No. You do what you want.
All right, so into this round, save round coming in for the attackers. It's going to be a 5-man push. Camera is going to spot them already. So Gangster in a good position. Orbital strike to come down. Is it going to be wasted? Not really. We just want to keep as many rounds as we can on our side. So they managed to kill that spike carrier as well. And there they spot that Cypher with the Marshal. They pin him inside the entrance of B. As we do have, actually, the Silva was able to get the corner just under that ledge. Will he get a surprise kill? He will. So Wardell gets that kill, gets a second one, and finally stopped there by Kohler. So 12-8. But
Yeah,
this is the big round now.
Fairly good go round. They were able to keep 3 people alive at the end of it, so some good money being built. But nonetheless, we're on the end of the round. So at this point, right, what you need to make sure is that everyone's staying alive so you can have the best buys you can. Right? You want everybody to be able to buy armor or shields. You want everybody to be able to buy all their abilities. Things like that don't want to be missed here as you're going into this make or break situation. So keeping 5 people alive is very crucial to your progression towards this tie game.
And something to note here on the defender side is that they don't have operators playing on their end. I don't know if it's a money situation or what they're just comfortable with, but it's 5 Phantoms across the board for the defenders. Wardell with an operator on the attacker side. Lots of Phantoms, and I think Hayes is a Vandal player, so we might have a Vandal for Hayes at that point. So very slow play to start things off, trying to just take control of orbs, trying to take control of mid. They will manage to get the orb on that B main, and that actually gives a chance for an ultimate orbital strike to be prepped up for the Brimstone.
And it does look like TSM is kind of collecting themselves here. I'm not sure what they're planning on doing. As it does look like Sage will be pulling that bomb out of that B area and moving it over towards A. We do see Cypher hanging out and waiting. So a little bit of a fake most likely coming up from TSM into an A execute late round. But look at Immortals. They've read it. They're aware. But Sova gets pulled over.
Well, they have 2 players that could come up huge at least. That's orbital strike for a bait. I love it. Look at that. They're already rotating from an orbital strike, and they're just walking in cleanly into this A bomb site. This is it. Unless they come with a big clutch on a retake, they're going to close the door. They can't even close the door. They walled it up too early. So they're going to get the spike plan here towards that generator. And this is going to be so tough. It is now a 5-on-2.
That should
Make
be
that
it.
a 5-on-1. Gangster to start things off as a Silva. He's in the back of the defender spawn, looking to see if they're going to push towards him. And indeed they are. They're just chasing after him. And as soon as he peeks there, and there's that drone on the top of the scaffolding, gets that kill. And we will have TSM beating Immortals 13-8 and moving to the grand finals.